gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
It was nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. A 1-1 final, unfortunately. We couldn't get that third goal home from Colombia. Would have been better off if Colombia did, but we had the over 2.5. But we did hit both teams to score. We tweeted it out early about the alternate line parlay going over 1.5, which was a slick move. I went under 3.5 in the Turkey game and over 1.5 in this game. And speaking of totals, McInnes thought he won a bet earlier and was patting himself on the back, and it turned out I had to inform that he actually lost. And we were talking about the total of this game. It was 170 at the half, the in-game total. After 3 quarters of play, it's 169.5 right now. So it's 65-59. The Indiana Fever are sort of lingering around. I like the Fever plus the points, but as I stated, the game started earlier than I thought, and I was watching the soccer, and I sort of missed the good number. The Sparks are up on the Mystics right now, 43-38. Let's bring in Dave Delano, see if he's got any action on these late-night WNBA games. We'll get to some baseball, too, but any WNBA hardwood action for you tonight, Delano?
Yeah, right now I've got the over. I got it at 175 in this game between the Fever and the Aces, so I'm on that one. I did drop the total. I had the over in an earlier game as well between the Liberty and the Lynx. Didn't get that one, but I do have the over pending in this Fever Aces game right now.
And the Fever, they were hanging around early. Then the Aces went on a run. But the Fever outscored them 22-19 in the third quarter. So, of course, the Aces just hit a 3-point shot. In-game total, 169.5 right now. And, we're moving in on 120 only. So I'm not ready to bite on the in-game here. Let's get people caught up to date with the baseball. 2-2 with the Rockies and the Brewers. Of course, this is a game. Last night we were talking baseball with a bunch of people, and everybody was like, "Oh, I love the over again tomorrow night in this game." Keuchel is starting. It's in Colorado, and here we are now. It's 2-2 in this game. 1-0 for the Rays over the Royals. This is the series I was interested in, and man, low scoring, 1-0 game, very playoff-like game here. 1-0 for the Baltimore Orioles over the Mariners. Athletics up 4-1 on the Halos, and the Dodgers are up 2-0 right now on the D-backs. What do you think about the late-night baseball card, Dave?
Well, I was one of those people that – it's not over yet, but I was one of those people that may have fell for that over I do have the over 11 in the game between the Rockies and the Brewers. Terrible pitching, starting pitching matchup. They went way over yesterday. So far, it's looking like it's going to go over. But with that Rockies bullpen, you never know. But I did bite on that over. And then earlier in the day, I did have a couple wins though. I took the Phillies as an underdog, and also had the Red Sox on the run line. But right now, over for the Rockies and Brewers not looking too good. But still,
well, you know what though, Dave? Maybe we hit the live one there, Gabe. To Dave's point, the Rockies bullpen is a train wreck, and they barely held on. It's like 8-7 before, so they'll give up a lot of late runs in the game. So that's what we see with these guys. Sometimes these games start off a little bit slow, and they get wild at the end. Extra innings could be in play. Who knows? I'm just saying, with the guys that they roll out there, Morency, a live over at a better number is always worth a look with Colorado.
Oh, I don't disagree. I don't disagree here, and in fact, it's a tall ask. And I know I rarely bet overs, guys, of baseball, but tonight I looked at the card too, and I thought, Dave, the Reds-Yankees game, I bet the over of. And earlier in the game, I was getting mad. I was actually watching. I'm like, why the hell did I bet the over this game? It's just 2, whatever. And then the Reds just started putting runs up. Hey, 2-run shot, another home run. And the next thing you know, it's 5-0. I was like, I just got a puncher's chance. And then the Yankees came back and put some runs up. And I did bet the over of this one as well. So I'm with you. I'm hoping for, like Cam said, the Rockies implode all the time. We saw it last night. They went back and forth late. Maybe we can get to extra innings or something at 4-4, and then something happens. Wishful thinking, but it's good to be positive, Dave, right? This is a positive show. Name it as SportsRage, but, you can't cry home. We got to be positive about bets.
And we get the extra innings. Hopefully, Brewers can maybe hang a big number in the top of the 10th if we could get to extra innings, and we'll see what happens from there.
The only negative, Gabe, was you telling McInnes all of his losses tonight. Everything else has been positive. You lost your WNBA game. You got no chance in the Cubs game. That was the best. But, yeah, I think we might be in line for a few of these overs. I don't know how you guys feel live about Baltimore-Seattle, too. They set a low number of 7 there, guys. It's there for a reason. Mariners play under. And, Gabe, this is a big test for the Mariners with Baltimore coming to town. Great series.
Yeah, but it's 3.5 now. Those 7s are long gone. And we should know. Yep. The D-backs just hit a 2-run home run and tied the game at 2.
Oh.
So this is a readjustment right now of the game, the line, the number, everything right now. So suddenly 2-2. We're in the top of the 4th inning right now. And the Dodgers were just massive favorites, actually. So we see this almost on a nightly basis where teams are down. And the D-backs follow up the home run with a single. So the D-backs are in business right now. In-game total is 10.5. So 2-2 in the 4th, 10.5. Pretty high for a Dodger game at Chavez Ravine, Dave. You know what I mean? Like, it's not Coors Field we're talking about. And I know it's a little hotter now and stuff, but Dodger Stadium is kind of a neutral park. It's not a hitter's park, not really a pitcher's park. It's pretty neutral, but what do you think of this? It's too high at 10.5 right now.
Yeah, it does feel too high. I usually rarely will ever take an over that high, except for some situations like tonight with terrible pitching matchup at Coors Field. But other than that, unless we had some games, the London series, when you run into the Mexico City, sometimes those games that you see a couple times a year, I'll take a high over like that. But usually not too many times. I do think I know they're in a delay right now. I'm not sure what the status is, but I do think that the Royals could also be an interesting play here, down 1-0 to the Rays. Looking at a live bet if this game does resume.
Yeah, only plus 160, only down a run. That's what it's all about all the time, right?
Yeah, the Royals are the better team. I know their bullpen struggle, but that Rays bullpen has also been up and down this season. So Kansas City at home, they put up a lot of runs, and if this game resumes, I don't see them getting shut out tonight. So I definitely think that's worth sprinkling up for that plus 160 there with the Royals.
Guys, the Las Vegas Aces have decided to dial it up a notch. They've outscored the Fever 10-0 to start off the 4th quarter. suddenly they've blown the game open. It's 75-59 right now. The Fever were hanging around all night getting 13.5, but suddenly they're down by 16. We've seen this a couple of times with the Fever. They're not a very deep team. I think Caitlin Clark's getting kind of tired too. She's been through a lot and it's catching up to them a little bit, and they hit the wall in the fourth quarter all the time. But for those of you betting on the game, 75-59. The total of 178 doesn't look like it's going to get there. It's 163.5 right now with 6.5 minutes left. And the LA Sparks are also pulling away on the Washington Mystics, 51-40. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. In-game total, 162.5. Dave, have you been betting any of the Euro or the Copa Soccer?
Yeah, I actually have. So last time we talked, I was practicing a little bit on it, but I have, with some success. Colombia, Brazil, I had both teams to score. And yesterday I was on Panama and also on Uruguay against the U.S. So I've been picking my spots, but it's been,
killing the Copa.
It's been going pretty well.
Man, I was people were so naive yesterday thinking that Uruguay weren't going to try or the U.S. should be favorite. Like, the U.S. is like a train wreck. You're going to be favorites against Uruguay? Come on.
Never.
Nashville, help me welcome to the stage the captain of Crushers GC and the 2024 U.S. Open champion, Bryson DeChambeau!
Gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
Nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
This is Sports Rage. I'm Morency. We're kicking the Cam Stewart in the house. Dave Delano throwing it down with us. Major League Baseball. So 2-2, as we stated, the D-backs put a 2-spot up on the Dodgers, and they've got the bases loaded right now in the top of the fourth inning, and there's nobody out. Suddenly, the D-backs are minus 170. The Dodgers are plus 140, so we do have some wild swings, and we were talking about that total at 10.5. It's 11.5 right now. This might be just one of these weeks or, nights that turns into like these weird games and stuff. The ball seems to be flying a bit right now. But let's take a look at the overnight numbers for tomorrow that are coming up. We got the Red Sox and the Marlins. I thought I left it on the table. You can't bet every game. But I like the Red Sox tonight. They got Bello on the hill against Rogers tomorrow, minus 150. Have you been playing the Red Sox, Dave, during their hot run? And have you been fading the Marlins, or you want to pass on these teams?
Well, I did take the Red Sox today, just with a lot of their losses that they had with Crawford on the mound. They hadn't been scoring runs, and tonight was a good night against a rookie for them to score. I actually do like this game for tomorrow. I don't really trust either pitcher or bullpen as far as picking a winner, but I do like the total. I mean, we've talked about those high totals of 10.5 and so, but we have a total of just 8 in this one. As you mentioned with Bayo going, he's really struggled. 8.25 earned run average in the month of June. And, I mean, that included a start where he got smacked around by the Tigers and got hit pretty well by the White Sox. On the other side, I mean, Trevor Rogers, he's 1-8, 4.87 earned run average this season. Now, he is better than those numbers have shown, and he has pitched better recently than he started the season. But still, the Marlins have given up at least 4 runs or more in 4 out of his last 5 starts. I think that both of these teams can get to 4 runs and that this one goes over. So I really like over 8. I think it's going to probably be at 8.5 by game time. But right now, if you can jump on that 8, I love the over in the Red Sox-Marlins game for Wednesday.
In that Miami Heat, too. Pardon the pun. You know what I'm saying? So we're at that time of the year right now. Things are heating up. And I'm just talking about runs. That leads me into the Cleveland Guardians, which tonight we talked about this game last night on the show. And it was a pricey, they were like minus 200, 195, minus 200 or whatnot tonight against the White Sox. They end up winning the game 7-6, another high-scoring game tonight. 13 runs scored. Tomorrow we have a very similar number. You got Fetty going on the hill, and you got Williams for the Guardians, minus 180 and another 8.5. And I tell you what, guys, today you had the Cardinals and the Pirates. That total was freaking 8. I think there was 8 runs after like 3 innings of this game because I like the under of this game tonight. So I'm aware of that. Like I said, man, people are starting to hit the ball a little bit right now, right? And pitchers are starting to hit the wall. As you stated, Dave, there's a lot of pitchers that had better numbers earlier. Like the Yankee staff is a good example of that, right? Like all these guys on the Yankees are massively regressing suddenly. They had to pull Heel out of the game tonight because he was just falling apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the Guardians, they've been scoring some runs. I think that this game, even tomorrow, I probably would pass on because it's just so hard for me to get behind the White Sox. I know that they have their spots here and there. I think tomorrow might be a good spot for them with Fetty, maybe on the run line to keep it close. But I don't really like going against Cleveland. But they've got Gavin Williams going. It's going to be his first a major league start of the season, so it's always tough to. I think it was minus 175. He had just put it up there. That's kind of a little bit pricey to no matter how good they are to bet that type of juice. Yeah, minus 188 to lay that type of juice on a guy making his first start. I think the White Sox can keep it close. They played the Guardians tough, so it would probably be White Sox over pass for me. Probably White Sox run line, maybe White Sox first 5 even. Keeping their bullpen out of it. And as you mentioned, the Yankees, I mean, they look good tomorrow too, but they're also pretty pricey as well.
The Blue Jays put up 7 runs tonight. Close game, 7-6. They win tonight against the Houston Astros. But, guys, if you look back, if you look at the Toronto Blue Jays, so 7-6 tonight. They played a 3-1 game yesterday. They played an 8-1 game against the Yankees, a 9-3 game, a 16-5 game, a 9-2 game. They put 13 up combined against the Red Sox, 9-4. 7-6 game against the Red Sox. 6-5 game against the Guardians. 6-3 game against the Guardians. This goes all the way back to June 22nd. So, in other words, basically, I mean, we're looking at like 8 of the last 9 Blue Jay games, guys, have gone over the number. And what's weird about it is the Blue Jays have had guys out of the lineup, Dave, right? Bichette was out of the lineup. He comes back. Guerrero, and then he's in, he's out. Yet you look, and, speaking of teams with their pitching, Kikuchi was good to start the year. Now, I don't know. You never really know. But 8.5 is a short price. And you want to talk about a hitter's park, not to mention The Astros have freaking power, and they moved into fences last year at the Toronto Stadium, and somehow the Blue Jays hit less home runs at home. Like Guerrero, they couldn't hit home runs at home. But now you get these two teams tomorrow and another 8.5 to Lano on the list here. Like I said, I'm not an over-better when it comes to baseball, but I'm also not stupid. This game's going to go over.
Well, I think that the Astros team total over is interesting in looking at, or maybe some props with Bregman or Yordan Alvarez, the way that they've hit Kikuchi. But I like the Astros here on the money line, -110. I'm not so sure for me personally about the full game over. One thing that I thought was pretty interesting, Blanco here, active Blue Jays hitters, only 2 for 34 lifetime against them. 2.36 earned run average on the road. He's been really strong on the road. I think that the Blue Jays may struggle to score. And Kikuchi, Toronto, 2-10 in his last 12 starts, going up against a Astros team that's 10-2 in their last 12 games. So I probably
this sounds like a 7-2 game.
Yep, it kind of does. And the Blue Jays,
over.
The Blue Jays bullpen too been lit up. They almost blew it.
Go with the Astros.
Yep, I like the Astros too, Dave.
Nashville, help me welcome to the stage the captain of Crushers GC and the 2024 U.S. Open champion, Bryson DeChambeau!
Gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
Nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
Well, McKinnis isn't going to like the news. This game has really hit the wall in the second half as well. 86-69, $140 left in this game. So the Aces, they haven't covered yet. They were laying 13.5 closing number, 12.5, 13.5. But they're up by 19 right now with about $140 left, and the game is nowhere near the total. The Sparks are up 64-52. Anybody that follows me on Twitter knows today I was tweeting out some basketball, and Dave, it never ends. There's the Olympics are around the corner. The Olympics start soon. The Olympics start like July 24th or 25th. I think the ceremony 24th and the games, whatever, 25th. It's like 3 weeks away. It's rapidly approaching, but not all the basketball teams have qualified yet. So today, Luka Doncic was playing, And people are like, oh, Luka Doncic's playing. They're going to win since Luka's playing. It's like, no, Croatia are freaking stacked. And Croatia were getting 6.5 points, and they murdered them. And it was nuts. Luka Doncic, bro, like his knee is like messed up. He could barely walk. And he was on the floor. They're down by like 26, and he's out there trying to come back for them. and they didn't cover the number, but there's some good international basketball going on. And in fact, Canada will be playing Las Vegas next Thursday, I think it is. Next Wednesday or Thursday, the 10th in Vegas. Canada's Olympic team versus U.S. Olympic team before they go over to Paris. That's going to be some good stuff. But for you basketball bettors out there, keep your eye up during the day. Check your local sports book because there's basketball going on all over the day. Like Bahamas played today. Good example. They have Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, and Eric Gordon on their team. There's a bunch of NBA guys that are playing basketball during the days right now. So it's pretty good stuff. I know, Dave, you're a big basketball fan. I figured I'd give you a heads up there. But we got a couple of minutes with you. We talked about some of these games. Anything else on the baseball card that we should keep our eye on tomorrow?
Yeah, and just real quick with the basketball, I'm going to be interested to see if they've got any lines for the 3-on-3. Jimmer Fredette is on the U.S. 3-on-3 Olympic team for the Olympics. But going back to Major League Baseball, looking at tomorrow, I do think that even though John Gray's been pitching pretty
sorry, Dave.
well.
Sorry, let me just – you asked the question. I got everything here, just for the record. USA plus 187. Serbia plus 175 is the favorite. USA plus 187. France plus 350. Latvia plus 400. Netherlands plus 6-1. So USA are the second choice at plus 187 to win the men's 3-on-3. There you go, Dave.
Okay, that's good stuff. That's going to be something I'm going to definitely be paying attention to. But in Major League Baseball, I do think that another one. I think that the Texas Rangers, Gray's been pitching a little bit better, going deeper into games. I do like them against the Padres, even though they've had some struggles with their bullpen at times. But it's minus 145. It's a little bit juicy, but I do like the Texas Rangers in that spot as a lean at home for tomorrow. If you guys got any thoughts as far as that, we mentioned a high total. Colorado's got another, kind of a terrible pitching matchup tomorrow against the Milwaukee Brewers. I know the Brewers had a bad, so far a bad night. It's not quite over. They're going to get a shot in the ninth, but wonder the Milwaukee Brewers team total possibly could be worth a shot for tomorrow night as well. Looking at that game with the Rockies and Brewers, it's still lined up for another high-scoring game. Sometimes you have those nights where you expect a high-scoring game or you expect something one night. It doesn't happen, but you get it the following night. So that's another thing that I might pull the trigger on.
Guys,
either have to bet it or never bet it again after losing the total.
That's
go
the
back
way you
to
do
it.
it.
I'm like, I'm never touching these totals again at that course.
Guys, I don't think people are understanding. Michael Wacha of the Kansas City Royals has not given up more than 1 or 2 runs in his last 7 starts, Gabe. Like, take a look at the guy's start to his year and what he's done recently. It's not even been talked about. They're basically like in a pick-em small underdog price. I don't know. What do you think about Kansas City at home? I know the bats have gone a little bit cold, but we got to give Wacha credit. He got lit up early in the season. He's really settled down there, Dave.
I agree with you, Cam. I mean, they have the pitching advantage, and the Royals have been really strong at home, and they've been a better team than the Rays. With it being even money, that kind of seems a line based off of past perception as the way the Royals have struggled the last few years and as good as Tampa Bay's been. But when you look at what these teams have done this season in the pitching matchup, I agree with you. I think I like the Royals tomorrow a lot. I agree with you on that one, Cam.
Dave, you got about 10 seconds. Where can people find you online, although they see your Twitter handle on their screen right here?
Yeah, X over at Get Sports Strong and winnersandwiners.com and picksandparlays.net.
Winnersandwiners.com and picksandparlays.net. Dave Delano.
Nashville, help me welcome to the stage the captain of Crushers GC and the
gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
It was nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Networks, Sirius XM Channel 159. Let's get to a couple of the best of X videos of the day. Big Card Julio is going to step up and in. You know he's going to have a ton of soccer picks and more for us. We had an NFL football talk, and we got a lot of NFL talk coming up in Level 3 with Rick Saratella tonight. But the Euros continue. Going to sort of go through some big-time soccer withdrawals over the next couple of days, as the Copa is now off until Thursday, and the Euro is off until Friday now. So it was a hell of a run. It was super cool, although similar to the Olympics a little bit. It's gotten to me a little bit. Like, I've been waking up, like I'm actually setting an alarm clock, which I never do. I wake up like naturally all the time around the same time, but these games are at 9 a.m., I got a lot of bets to get in. Sometimes I'll bet overnight, but, sometimes I like to see, how the numbers are going to change a little bit. And so I've been literally waking up every day, and I stay up late, too, all the time. So, you know what I mean? I haven't slept a lot. And I was thinking about it with the Olympics coming up, but the Olympics, it's going to be another day stuff. It's not during the night. Like, Europe is ahead of us, so... I like the Olympics, Cam, when it's like the overnight stuff. I like the Olympics when they're in Asia and Australia and stuff, and it's 4:30 in the morning, and I have $500 on a speed skating event.
I love speed skating events.
Like I'm stressing it out. Like I don't know anything about it. I'm like, I got this guy from Holland, a $250 parlay on this guy, and you're actually into it. It's like 4 in the morning, and I find myself too, and I'm sure we've all done it, bettors and sports fans. The Olympics. And you're like way tired. It's like 5 in the morning. You're like, I really should go to sleep. But you're like, no, I can't miss this next archery match. You end up watching stupid stuff that you're like, a week later, like, why the hell was I up at 5 in the morning?
Exactly.
Watching like some South Korean guys, like, archery. But, the way I look at it, I love the Olympics, and they're only every 4 years, so I love to soak it in. And I got a lot of research to do, actually, for Olympic betting, but the Olympics, Cam, they've become so pro-like that I've been thinking about the basketball. Okay, so we have the men's basketball. We have the women's basketball. To me, the women's soccer is really cool because they don't have, this is their like World Cup. They only have like the women to really showcase the big 2 women's events. Like they don't have Copas and you know what I mean? And all these other titles that these other men can win. They have the Olympics because the men in the Olympics, it's an under 23 team, guys, in the Olympics for soccer. But each team is allowed to send 3 whoever they want stars. So we'll see what the rosters are like. Unfortunately, like Mbappe actually wanted to play for France in the Olympics, but he can't because he's going to Real Madrid and he's playing right now. It's just asking too much. He can't freaking play in the Euro Cup and then play in the Olympics in 2 weeks and then play again. Like, it's asking too much. So it's 23 and under, but the women's soccer is cool. The men's soccer is cool. You as a golf fan, Cam, that's super cool. You have, it's basically a PGA, whatever, big time event with a gold medal on the line, which is cool. The tennis is cool. Pro players, tennis players. But one thing about the pro tennis players, a lot of them aren't playing because of the schedule and stuff. It doesn't align well for them. Like the U.S. Open is so critical. It's like, you know what I mean? They're playing Wimbledon right now, Cam. The Olympics starting in 3 weeks. They're going to go from Wimbledon right into the Olympics, into the U.S. Open. Their bodies will fall apart. Like, I don't blame them for it. And I don't even think the Olympics are about pros. But I'm just saying, from a handicapping perspective, we have a lot of events, guys, where you know who they are. We're betting on basketball. We're betting on soccer. We're betting on golf. We're betting on tennis, right? And then we get the other sort of sideshow Olympic events that none of us know anything about that we'll bet on. Which I'll have a long list of. Swimming is another one I bet on a lot. I like swimming.
Oh, I love swimming. I love betting on all. I think the Olympic sports, a lot of them are great to bet on.
Swimming's super fun, actually, Cam, now in the Olympics. It's one of the must-see. And in fact, it's so popular, they're switching the track and field and the swimming times. They want swimming to get more primetime coverage because people, whatever, I don't know what it is, every 4 years, people like to watch swimming.
Swimming's all right.
They never watch it the other 3 years, but they'll watch it for 3 weeks, swimming. The Olympic trials in Indianapolis just had 30,000 people, 30,000 plus in the stadium. But before we bring Julio in here, here's our best of X from the Euros today. Let's start off with the Dutch. And this is a sight to behold. These Dutch fans, the Netherlands, Holland, as the debate on Seinfeld was, is the Netherlands a country? Then who are the Dutch? It's the same country, dumbass. Right? So they got like 3 names. You got the Dutch, you got Holland, you got the Netherlands. People, it's like, whatever, take your choice. But their fans are over the top. Let's roll this thing. Best of X. This was before today's match. Well, these guys are fired up, and they were just as happy after the match. And not to be undone, here are the Turkish fans. And there's a lot of Turkish people in Germany and whatever. Europe, that's a beautiful thing about the Euro Cup. All these countries are so close to each other that you can go. That's why you see, like, there's so many fans there. It's you hop on a train, man, and you're there in 2 hours. They actually have trains that work in Europe. This is Turkey and Turkey's fans. Imagine living in that apartment building right there. You're screwed. Like you can't get out. Like you're like, I can't leave. Like I got 200,000 Turks downstairs. I can't move. They're banging on drums. It's 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning before the game.
Yeah, earplugs won't hold. Yeah, you think your little earplugs are going to help? You're going to blow the doors off. No, Gabe, that is the opposite of like a hockey game atmosphere. That's the thing about soccer. These guys get it. It's a family thing.
People think the Philadelphia Eagles are hardcore. Or, you should see Eagle fans. It's like, look at this, man. There's 100,000 people who just took over a city.
As you say, there's levels to this stuff. Yes, there is. Take a look at your World Soccer compared to an NFL
it's like
game,
the SEC's World Soccer. They should say it just matters more. It just does to them. Matters. Like it's just it does. Really does. It just does. Mm-hmm. Like pro sports in America, we get into it and stuff, but this international soccer is just next level. The only thing is, we'll say, it's funner for these sort of some of these other kind of smaller countries when you get into England and France and stuff and Spain, it's not so much about national. It is, it obviously is as they're playing for their country, but the players kind of hate the fans, like, because if they don't win, they're playing for free, number one, and they get criticized. Look at Ronaldo, misses the kick. He's not even getting paid to play in this. So, they're sacrificing a lot. They get criticized. And truth be told, we'll bring Julio, and Julio's a big soccer fan. The fact is, Julio, this is almost like the combine or something. It's like free agency showcase, bro. Like, and in fact, I saw I saw a panel they were talking about, and I was talking about it even before they were, but like they were saying that at times some of these players are distracted. You're in a big time tournament, and one of your teammates is basically on the phone. Am I going to Man U? Am I going to Chelsea? I got a deal with Real Madrid in the works here, maybe. You know what? If I play better in this game, I score a goal here, I'm going to get that $50 million bonus I wanted from this team. And it's real, guys. Like I saw, like big-time pro players were saying, these guys are so big, but it's there. That it's a showcase. Like you're showcasing your talent for the biggest teams in the world.
Nashville, help me welcome to the stage the captain of Crushers GC and the 2024 U.S. Open champion, Bryson DeChambeau!
Gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
Nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
Yeah, Olympic qualification basketball in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Montenegro laying 12.5 against Cameroon. Let's see, it was on Cameroon. Cameroon, you know what? Cameroon have a bunch of guys that could play, but they're not playing. Like Pascal Siakam, he could be playing, but he just signed a big deal. I don't know why he isn't, actually. Serge Ibaka, even though he's kind of retired Ibaka, he's still good enough to play on this team. But anyways, you got Montenegro. So for you NBA fans or basketball fans, the mainstream media doesn't do their job because if anything isn't like easy for them, they don't know about it. Like they, seriously, Julio. Like today, they're talking about what number Bronny James is going to wear and why he's wearing number 9. And it's like, I'm like, you guys know Luka's playing a game right now, right? Like Giannis is playing a game in the morning, right? Like, if you guys want, if you're that big of a basketball media guy and you're that big of a basketball junkie, you should probably know that all these NBA players are in Spain right now playing in these games, right? So, so tomorrow, guys, Bahamas and Poland. As I said, Bahamas have a nice little thing going. They got Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, and Eric Gordon on the floor together at the same time. So you got 3 NBA players, 3 vets together. They were down early today against Finland, but they stormed back and blew the Finns out. I would expect them to be able to beat Poland as well. Bahamas are 3-point favorites here in this game. But, Julio, you said you're looking at the Olympics. Delano just said he likes the USA men to win the men's 3-on-3 in the Olympics. I didn't want to burst this bubble, but these other European countries live for this 3-on-3 stuff, Julio. They're unbeatable. Like that's why like people think the U.S. should be favored in the women. And I've been telling everyone, Canada are better. Like the U.S. just throw the players together and figure, we're going to win. The Canadian team is like 2 sisters and the same 4 girls that play together all the time. You have an alternate type of deal, right? So I don't know about the U.S. men team beating these European teams, but I can't wait, Julio, to bet all these Olympic events. But what do you got for us tonight?
Gabe, Cam, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, been getting it's a wide world of sports. Growing up as a kid, used to love watching. That's how I was introduced to professional bowling. Was ABC's Wide World of Sports, and here we are in 2024, getting ready for the Olympic Games. I mean, we've got Copa fever, we got Europe fever, and we've got Olympic fever. Look, Mexico were taking on Lithuania in Puerto Rico in the Olympic qualification. The Mexicans were 30.5-point underdogs and lost 96-84. So this is a good opportunity. I'm not saying, hey, go bet these games, go crazy tomorrow and into Independence Day, but start scouting these games because the algorithms, the computers are just going to spit out crazy numbers once we get into the Olympics. Gabe, as you were talking about like the Bahamas, that if you're telling me Buddy Hield and all these guys are playing for the Bahamas, NBA talent, and they're 3-point dogs, maybe they should be a little bit higher. So start looking at these games a little bit closely as we reach the Olympics.
Yeah, these are real games to get in to the Olympics. And then, like I said, we have the USA and Canada playing next week. I think they're playing 1 or 2 games. Maybe it's 2, but I think it's 1 actually in Las Vegas. Yeah, I think there's 2 other teams there too. I think it might be like a little mini playoff, mini tournament type of deal.
It's the WNBA All-Stars against Team USA. So that's not going to be a media circus or anything.
WNBA All-Stars versus Team USA as well, huh? That's a pretty cool night. That's an interesting dynamic. Hey, and you know what? There'll probably be a number on it. That's all that matters. Give us a number. And, we've been so caught up in the soccer, Wimbledon has started as well.
Yep.
Which I really haven't watched very much of, to be honest, because I've been watching so much soccer.
Yeah, but you know what, Gabe? The good news is we're early in this tournament right now. And once we get down to the nitty-gritty, things are going to get very real in Wimbledon. And you talked about it. Think about this. You got Olympics, Paris, and even, me, I'm a golf nut. They got the Scottish Open, and then you got the Open Championship. So you said it, a lot of early rising. You got to make that decision, Morency. Are you going to plow all the way through and just not go to bed, or stay up and watch the Olympics and, maybe start drooling all over yourself and wake up to TV fuzz at 9 o'clock in the morning because you stayed up all night watching everything?
I'm putting together a parlay right now. Casper Ruud, Carlos Alcaraz, Yannick Sinner.
Yep. I love Sinner.
But I'm only at minus 233 right now. I need one more play here in tennis. I do fully trust Casper Ruud to advance. He's minus 500. I trust Alcaraz. He's a massive favorite. I trust Alcaraz, and I trust Sinner. There's a couple other players here that I don't fully trust.
One way to attack it, maybe do a same-game parlay with those 3, and for all 3 to break a set. Or to break serve, in, say, set 1. Because if you're expecting them to win, they're gonna break serve, especially in the first set.
I could get into set betting also, right? But those are sort of the 3 core core players that for start of a parlay. One more player, it'll put it over the top, and it'll get it. It'll get into reasonable territory.
I got one for you, Gabe, and it's a little bit smaller. He's minus 480, not like minus 1400. Hubert Hurkacz, very, very underrated Polish player against, I know, Arthur Fies going. I think you add Hurkacz to that parlay. He's under minus 500. You'll get it in a reasonable zone.
Julio, what do you think? Who do you like?
Oh my goodness, I've been so knee deep in soccer and the Olympic stuff. I started watching a little bit of the of Wimbledon today, but nothing much to really feel confident in giving out.
God, El Chapo was playing as well.
Yeah,
he's hard to trust though. He should win, but he's such a hothead. Like all of his matches are pretty volatile. So. But you know what? I'm going to get into this, like I said, especially tomorrow. There's no early morning soccer. So my early morning, it'll be breakfast at Wimbledon. On the other side, we'll get Julio's soccer best bets. We'll see if Cam's got any best bets for tomorrow. Rick Saratella is going to step up and join us in level 3. Start talking some NFL futures. College football is rapidly approaching, but we're 30 days away from the start of the NFL preseason.
Nashville, help me welcome to the stage the captain of Crushers GC and the 2024 U.S. Open champion, Bryson DeChambeau!
Gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
Nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
I'm seeing a graphic here right now. 7 kickers in the CFL right now are amongst the most accurate of all time. How about this? League-wide field goal percentage. 91% through week 4 in the CFL.
That is incredible.
I know.
That is incredible.
It's a record, Cam. That's why they're saying right now, golden era of kickers in CFL. 7 kickers, 7 of the 8 top kickers, most accurate kickers of all time, are currently in the league, and they're connecting on 91% of their field goals this year. We saw this in the USFL too, or the UFL, excuse me, this year, where kicks of 50 yards or more, they were making like 76, 77% of the time. NFL guys are making it like 69% of the time, but I think there is a pressure difference. And I should note one thing about the CFL. They don't really try like 55-yard field goals in the CFL very often because they're worried about it getting returned. And you got a bunch of big linemen on the field, and you get some fast returner, and you're going to get burnt. So most of the field goals in the CFL are kind of like 47 and in. But what do you got for us, Mr. Big Card Julio?
Hey, I think the Canadians are going to well, first off, on tennis court,
Canada and Venezuela. It's personal now. Sorry, Julio. It's personal. You're going down, bro.
You're going down. Hey, I like Canada. I think Canada will advance in 90 minutes plus 190.
Wow.
And I'm going to roll the dice and take a little bit more value. Canada after penalties plus 450. No extra time in Copa America once we get to the knockout stages. It goes straight to penalties. So plus 450 for Canada to win after penalties, or Canada in the straight 90 to win plus 190. Hey, I told you I thought 4 points would get it done for the Canadians. It's been a very impressive Venezuelan side. I think both sides are about equal. So if I think it's a toss-up, I'll go with maybe the stronger Canadian side to advance, gentlemen.
I'll tell you right now, Canada are not going to try to get into a track meet with Venezuela. Venezuela are more aggressive offensively than Chile and Peru, and you would know, Julio, right? But Venezuela played good football in this tournament by being aggressive. And like Chile and Peru are not aggressive, right? They're both, more just let's play street ball and try to win 1-0 in the last minute type of deal. So it's going to be challenging. I think Canada have the better quality at the top. Right, with Davies, David, Larin, Eustachio, I think they've got like sort of the top level, but I think overall Venezuela are more fluent offensively. Like you said, this is a complete toss-up, Julio, but I get the feeling Canada have one more left in them, guys. They got one more left in them, that they're going to find a way to get through here. They really haven't offensively opened up yet. Tajon Buchanan today broke his tibia, which freaked everybody out. It happened in front of everybody. They had to stop the practice. He's going to be out for a year, like his career could be done type of deal. And but one thing you'll note about this is Canada was practicing so hard that the guy broke his tibia. All right, like they were going hard that was the word out of Canada's camp today. That it was an extremely intense practice, and then boom, he got hurt. So, now they're saying, are they going to dial it back for the rest of the week? But I think it's going to be the old, let's win one for Tajon type of deal. Win one for the Gipper. And they'll dig down deep and find a way on Friday. What else in the Euros do you have for us, Julio?
I think we're pronouncing them Turkia now. Turkia. Money line to beat the Netherlands plus 475. I mean, let's toss out the crazy environments because both nations will have passionate fans in the stands. I think Turkey are the better team. The Netherlands have the better talent. Okay, so I'm going with the better collective as a team in Turkey plus 475 to beat the Dutch. I'm also rolling the dice with Portugal in extra time, 14-1 to beat France. Portugal in extra time. Julian Alvarez, anytime goal scorer, 2-1 against Ecuador. And I
hold on, Julio, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, you're going fast. You're too fast for our graphic guy here. But sorry. But we're getting Cam out. Cam, you have any best bets for tomorrow on the way out here?
I'm going to put that parlay together, Gabe, and I'm going to add a couple guys to it, too. It's basically even money right now. Let's give it to you, everybody. That's what we're going to do with Wimbledon. We got Casper Ruud, Alcaraz, Sinner, Hubert Hurkacz, and Zverev minus 106. Enjoy the tennis, everybody, and everything else on the board. Gabe, I also like Paraguay in the next game. Uruguay to upset Brazil. That's down the line.
We'll get Julio's picks on the other side.